Hey guys, welcome to the Karam show. Today I have amazing personality. He is fantastic person and he has so many records on his name. So he has won so many records and he's serving in Indian Army. So I'm really excited and pleased to have. He doesn't need any introduction, but I'm really excited to ask few questions to this great personality on leadership, on hard work, and so many things. I'm really excited. So thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Bharat Pannu sir. I'm really excited to to be you on my show and learn so many things. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the Karam show.
Thank you, Karam Pal, and it's pleasure to be on your show.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And sir, I would like, we would like to know about your story, your journey. How did you get started, and what challenges did you face, and how you were able to, record Guinness Book World Records and multiple records in racing. How did you do that?
Uh, as a introduction, I would say that I was never a sports person, and my childhood I used to hardly play any sports, and
Mhm.
there was no continuity as such. Kabhi it was such as we just went to play, and I just played and came back, and I was more of a studious chap.
Okay.
Uh, After 2001, when I joined college, that is my engineering college, Army Institute of Technology, even that sports which I used to play was cut off, and I was purely into all extracurricular activities which were not related to sports per se. In
Okay.
Army also, I used to do my mandatory training and just carrying through. But in 2015, something changed, and I started bit of cycling, and I used to consider that I am very good at cycling. I was at that point of time I was at Jammu, and there was not much exposure to me for me towards cycling. What are the competitions? How much I can go ahead in this? So I used to cycle on my own. There was a small group, and we used to go for leisure, do about 20 kilometers of cycling, and I used to feel happy that yes, I'm the best one among this guy, and I'm just wonderful. So
Okay.
that's how everything started. But things changed drastically when I got posted to Nasik in September 2016. So
16. Okay.
uh, at that time, it I realized that people are doing much more into cycling, and they are doing 100, 200, 500, 1000, 2000, and not even like just not sparing 5,000 also. So like I got it is endless, and I'm nobody in this. I'm like very small fish in this ocean.
Okay.
So I, at that point of time, something again struck me, and I started setting targets for myself, and that's
Hmm.
how cycling started. I started, if I can say, like I started proper cycling in November 2016, and after that there was no stop.
Okay. 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 That's really amazing. And what drives you? Like you said, his cycle drives you. But how did you find it? And what is your passion, sir? How did you find actually? Because so many people face challenge. When you finding their passion, how they can find their passion and then work on it. And there are so many challenges they face. So how did you do that? How did you find your passion and uh,
So I was passionate about cycling since my childhood, but it was
okay.
just that I was not following. I was just following it for convenience from my home to school and back.
Hmm.
And then after my ninth class, when I started going for tuitions, I used to just it was just a mode of convenience for me. I
Okay.
was passionate about it and I used to love doing it, but I never followed it as a sport or doing something extracurricular or going out of the way to pursue it ahead. But when I was like financially independent and I had all the time to do something more, so at that point of time, I thought, yes, now I can take it ahead, and I had goal in front of me. With I was seeing that yes, I can do them and I can do them better than others. So
Okay.
that kick of doing something better than others just propelled me ahead, and I pursued my passion. And after that, when I thought that yes, I have to do it, then a lot of difficulties had come even after
Mhm.
that. But
Mhm.
I just overcame everything, and I'm blessed that God allowed me to do it, and I was just doing it.
Okay, okay. So now, so I would like you to ask how winners think and why they think so. What is the difference like in winners and losers? So what would you say about that?
I would say winners are just trying to accomplish the goal which they set for themselves. And as per my thinking, I consider a goal without a timeline is no goal. So,
Mhm. Okay, okay.
in my case, when I started serious cycling in November 2016, the goal in front of me was I had set some goals and I used to work for them, prepare for them.
Mhm.
So, during that course, the timeline was the most important thing, and I used to do my job. I used to do all the activities. Nashik was a very busy station as compared to army life. As per the army life, I used to do that whenever I used to get some time. I used to train myself, and it is just not that training, it is a team building as well, because these are supported races. I had to ride. There's a team behind me who supports me for my nutrition, for my navigation, for my physiotherapy, massage, and drivers who are driving the vehicle, bike mechanics who are taking care of the bikes. So all this, like, there is a complete paraphernalia which goes along with me. So it is a complete exercise. It is a team building exercise. You have to train yourself, and you have to have all the logistics, which includes the vehicles, the hotels en route, where the team stays, and the bikes, spares, and spare wheels. Like, there's a hell lot of equipment which goes into this, and lot of training, lot of team building. So it is like complete marriage planning going on. And on the D-Day, as the marriage is there, you must be aware that if marriage is there, we think that okay, nothing should go wrong. So it goes for our races also. Like, nothing can go wrong. We have to be so much prepared towards it that when the race starts, and that's what the winners do. They have to prepare for everything. They just don't leave any room for negligence or any room for troubleshooting during the event. Yes, there will be problems, but definitely there should not be problems which you can think of and take remedial actions before starting.
Okay, okay. So you are achieving so many goals, right? So how one can achieve, in all walks of life, how can he set the goal and achieve it? What details he can take care of, and how he can plan?
As I said, we have to first of all make a goal for ourselves that yes, I want to achieve this, and
Mhm.
that should be amalgamated with the timeline.
Because goals are like many people
So
set goals in wrong way as well. So what you will say about that? Because I set goals in the wrong way. Like I many set like money goals and then never achieved them, and then I changed them. So what is the exact? What is the entire process of goal setting?
yes, you are very much right in saying that. Yes, sometimes goals are too hard to achieve, and
Mhm.
definitely we should have a plan A, plan B, plan C.
Okay.
But if I'm doing 1,000 kilometer race, so my
Mhm.
first goal, which cannot be defeated, is that I have to complete the race. So, but the goals are
Minimum.
flexible. That yes, I that is the bare minimum I have to do. But
Yes.
there's a plan A that I have to achieve it in so much time. If that is not feasible due to there are various reasons on the road. There are traffic jams, there are weather, rain, uh, the road is dug up, there's construction work going on, there is diversion. So there are n number of factors which are there to deviate me from my own goal, which I wanted to achieve. So that is plan A, which is not being we are not able to achieve. Then we shift to plan B. Okay, this is the time. The first goal is if it is 1,000 kilometer, I want to do it in 46 hours. If that is not achievable, I'll jump to second goal. No, not done. I'll not get bogged down. I will do it in, if I'm not able to do it in 46 hours, at least I'll do it in 48 hours. So I should not get bogged down, because there will be difficulties en route. You will not be able to achieve the goal the way you desire. But no, you don't have to give up. You have to at least achieve it, be it 48 hours or be it 50 hours. You have to earn your self-respect by yourself. You cannot let your self-respect go down the drain, that I'm not able to achieve my first goal, the plan A. So I'm just morale low, and I just want don't I just know, because that is the problem which people from the outside world. First of all, your self-confidence, your self-respect for yourself will go down. Second, the outside world will think that he's a person who is not devoted towards his goal. If he faces some difficulty, then he will give up. So there is a zero possibility of giving up. You cannot give up. You have to achieve your goal despite all the odds. You are not able to achieve the plan A, that is okay. Plan B, not able to achieve, that is also okay, but you have to achieve it. You have to go for at least for plan C.
Okay, because so many people, I have heard, and I have learned from books as well, that you have absolute clear goal, and like burning the boats, and you burn the boats, everything, and then you achieve it. So I think that knowledge is wrong, right, sir? Because if plan A is not working, then we must be going for plan B, and if that is not, because there are so many challenges that can come into our, and sometimes something bad happens, and we are not able to complete that.
Yes, I would say I would add one more thing to it. It is like your mental strength which takes you ahead. Your
Okay.
body follows you. The mental strength. So in my case, if I'm like taking the previous aspect which I was telling, if my plan A is not achievable, then I go to plan B. So it is the mind which is working. It is not my body which is working. I'm telling my body that you are suffering. I know that you're in pain, but
Mhm.
we are not able to achieve, but we wanted to achieve as plan A due to various circumstances. There can be issues which due to my own team also. So we won't, whatever problems or mistakes my team or I does during the race, we don't take into consideration those mistakes or activities during the race. That will be taken care after the race in the post analysis. That what
Okay.
mistakes we did and due to which we had to take so much of time penalty. But at that point of time, we would just focus on achieving the plan B if plan A is not achievable. So that is the complete mindset which takes you ahead. I would like to add one more thing. If you are settling for the second position, then nobody can take you to the first position. So
Yes,
you should
yes.
never settle for the second position.
Mhm.
In my case, when I came to Nasik, so I used to attend some cycling prize distribution ceremony and things like that, where people used to get appreciation whatever for whatever achievements they do.
Mhm.
So thing which hit me, like I was when I was in Jammu, I was in a very confident state that I'm a very good cyclist and there are hardly any people who can beat me. So whether it be climb, and the long distance definition for me was 20 kilometers to 25 kilometers at that point of time. So I didn't had any definition of long distance, but I used to consider that I am the best in that lot which was there with me in Jammu. So when I had come to Nasik, uh, the reality struck me, and I saw that there are people who are doing much more than what I am doing. So like I'm very a small fish in the ocean.
Mhm.
So, and when I used to attend the prize distribution ceremony in the initial 2 months only, when I saw
Mm.
that people are events are going place, and so I was in the crowd. So that feeling I was not able to just accept. Like, how can I be in the crowd? I have to
Yes.
be on the dais.
Okay.
So
Mm.
that feeling, I think that is the biggest motivation which I had in my mind, that I cannot be at the audience end. I have to be at the on the dais. I have to be on the podium everywhere. Then, and it's only then I will be achieving earning that respect to be on the dais always. And I think that is the most primary thing which was my kick or my motivation to take me ahead. And after that, never seen any function from the audience side, but always from the
Audience
dais.
side. Yes. That's really fantastic, sir. And what are your life principles? So, which guides you for the life and for winning and for races, and so what are the principles that you follow, sir?
Um, the first and foremost is that I respect my team a lot.
Mhm.
Whosoever person comes and joins me in whatever way, whether it be direct or indirect. I he earns my full respect because he's supporting me in a direct or indirect way, and I never ever uh, cut my relation in any way with that person, and I take a lead to keep that person involved with me in whatever way possible. So till date, I have never lost any of my team member. Like, people are there to support me, and once who gets connected to my team has till date has always stayed. There had been differences, but those differences were just professional differences in the way we used to do the races. But due to those differences, not even a single member of the team has broken any way, and the team is intact. So I think this is the biggest achievement till date which I have, that I value my team the most. Second,
Okay.
so that is my biggest strength, because till the time my team is around me, I can do anything, and I have the confidence to do that. There are people behind me who will take care of everything, and they are capable, they are experienced. So that gives me even further more confidence.
Mhm.
Second, that I have to be disciplined. So people make ambitions, people make goals for themselves, but till the time they are not disciplined to train, disciplined to invest their time into training or for preparation of that event, uh, you can make a team. The team will see that how much the team will also perform the same way, the way you are performing, that you are
Okay.
investing your time towards the event. So, like, it is a two reciprocal game in which they also perform the same way as I am performing. So their
Mhm.
morale goes down if I am not able to perform.
Okay.
So I have to train good. They need to be informed what is going on in my life. If even if my army life is busy, because there are several circumstances in which uh, things get really busy, and just I'm it's hard, very hard, becomes very difficult for me to devote my time for training. And the game which I have chosen requires a lot of training. You will it is will be like, it is hard to believe that I have to put in about 30 to 32 hours of uh, cycling in a week. Other than that, I have to do about 6 to 7 hours of strength training in a week. So all these things, like, it comes down to about 40 hours of training into a week, and that is, if I divide 40 hours by 7, then it comes down to about 6 to 7 hours of training each day, which includes strength training, cycling. Uh, so that is a lot. It's like, we everybody has got a 8 hour to 9 hour job, and being from army, it's flexible. It can be 10 to 11 hours also at times.
Yes, yes, yes.
And after that, I have to sleep as well, because sleep is also important, as it amounts to my recovery, and I have to do my training as well. So I have to just be very much. I have to manage my time in a way so that I can pursue my training. So that is my second, I think, second most important aspect, which has led me to this level at which I am right now.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. So about books. So do you read books or don't read? And if you read, so what books have you read, and what books have you shared the most with other people?
Um, I'm not that good at reading books, and as I've told you, like, I was never into much sports, or like, I was a very average student during my school or even during my college as well. So I had not big achievements. I don't have any Elmira where my childhood medals and trophies are kept, because there are none. Not even in college there was any. So I don't have any. So I was not into much, like, and that thing continued. The only thing which has changed, that something has struck me, that I have to be second to none in cycling. And from the time which has this bug has bitten me, I am just trying to put my everything possible uh, into improve my cycling. So, for example, I would say one thing, that in 2019, when I was going for race across America, I got injured in America while in US. When I was
Yes.
training in California, I got injured, and that led to uh, like, I was not able to participate in the race across America, for which I was preparing for about 2 years at that point of time. So that just immediately brought me down, and the down was such that I have to come back to India with a broken hand, and I had nothing to do, because my complete life at that point of time was revolving out about around cycling. So I was not having anything to do at that point of time. I put my mind that what next. So what next, because until I do something, the confidence which I've earned over a period of time will will just go down the drain, and people will not have confidence that yes, Bharat has broken a hand, and they were just not aware that will I again do cycling in the way I used to do. So at that point of time, I registered for my first Guinness record, that is Kashmir to Kanyakumari, in June. When I was having a broken hand, I gave the date of October to the Guinness people. They approved my request in month of September. It takes about 3 months for them to approve the request. And at that point of time, with a broken hand, I was not having anything to do. I was at home. I started to build up my website, and that website was completely revolving about cycling, whatever I've done. So I had not hired anyone to do make a website for me. I learned myself. I utilized my time. That so I mean to say that even with a broken hand, I devoted my time towards cycling, because you have to think 24 hours, like what is your goal, how you have to achieve it, what you can do extra to achieve it, even if there are circumstances when you are not able to do it. At that point of time also, you have to devise methods so that you invest your time in improving it, in creating a more valuable platform for yourself, where you can take off when you get recover from that injury or that setback. So when I was able to come out of that injury, I just went with a team from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and broke the earlier Guinness record by almost 2 days. The earlier record was for about 10 days and 3 hours. I set up a new record of 8 days and 9 hours. So that was a big achievement for the complete team, and we were again revived that enthusiasm in the complete team for the next race across America.
Okay, that's really amazing, sir. So many people leave the things when difficult time comes, and it is very painful. But you did amazing job, sir. You did amazing. So congratulations on that. Okay. So to achieve success in life, to achieve success, not only every aspect of life. What do you suggest? How what you guide? Because we think you are successful. So how do you define success? Also, what things must be done to achieve that?
uh, there is a small tagline which I used to always follow, because there had been a lot of difficult times for me. The broken hand was the broken shoulder was uh, just a thing which people around can see that yes, Bharat is not cycling because he is having a broken shoulder. But there are many other things which used to act as a setback for me. At times, I was just not able to spare myself. It used to be long office hours. I remember the times when I used to attend parties till, because there are parties in army which are like you have to attend. It is just not an option. You have to just do it because it is official party. So I used to come at around 12, 11 or 12 from the parties, and I had a long ride schedule. So I used to start at sleep for about 2 hours, take a shower, and again start at around 1:30 at night, do a 6 hour ride, come back morning by about 7 o'clock, then ready for the office and just go for the office again. So that was like the strength in my mind which was just keeping me in the loop. I was into training. I was never leaving my training despite all the times, despite all the paraphernalia which was happening in my life, that my cycling will become secondary. No, my job is primary, but my cycling will never become secondary. It will be done on the sacrifices which I do, and I used to never used to feel that sacrifice. I was yesterday speaking to one of my college friends, and he asked me like, "How is the because he used to live in Bangalore earlier. Right now, staying in Bangalore." So he asked me, how is the MG Road and Brigade Road? What is the mahal there? So it just struck me that in past 2 years and 2 months, I have not been to MG Road and Brigade Road even once, and they are just about 2 kilometers to 3 kilometers from my house. So these iconic places I have not never been in past 2 years. So that is just due to that my Saturdays and Sundays are like 100% devoted to cycling. I do about long rides of 250 kilometers plus. So if I do a ride of 250, it takes away about 9 to 10 hours. And post that, I have to do recovery, I have to do massage, physiotherapy, I have to take proper sleep, and all these, like everything just revolves around my cycling. So all these sacrifices, I don't even feel that I'm not been to MG road or Brigade road, but if my recognition is due to my cycling, it's not due to that I go to MG road or Brigade road. So my focus is very clear in life, and I think that is my mantra, and everybody should follow this. Like if you have something in your mind that you want to achieve, you have to invest 2400% of your body, mind, physical, everything. I will include finances as well. You have to include 100% of your efforts to achieve that goal. And you don't have to count your sacrifices. So if you are feeling that I'm sacrificing this, then I think your efforts are not 100%. You should not even feel that I'm sacrificing something.
Okay. Okay, that's really so. When it comes to sleeping, like you are saying, 2 hours sleeping, training, nutrition. So how do you plan and how do you do all these things? Because yes, I really understand that though all these things are very required strength training. So how do you do all these things?
So, like I had mentioned that I used to go for cycling, sleep for
Mhm.
about 2 hours. So that used to happen not every day, because sleep is very important. The normal time, normal duration of sleep which I gather in a day is about 7 to 8 hours, and that is like very important for me. And it is not, I have not forced my body at around 8 or 8:30 in the evening. I just doze off, like my eyes shut and I just doze off. I don't have that strength that I can continue working for about 10 or 11 and okay, then I'll sleep peacefully. No, I just doze off at around 8:30 or 9. So my day starts early in the morning at around 5:30. At 6, I do my strength training. That goes for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And since the time last year lockdown has started, I'm doing this on and like I'm doing at my home. At times, some friends of mine join me on a Zoom call to do a workout, which we do.
I will also join, sir. I will also do
Yes, yes.
strength training.
So people join me and we do the workout together. Otherwise, most of the time I have to do it alone. So that's how my morning starts. So after that, I have to go to office. In evening when I come from office, my I have a training plan which my coach Tracy McKay from US decides. I'm in touch. He's training me from past 3 years, from 2018. So it's like fourth year which has started now. So he has a training plan for me. He knows that my job is such that he cannot dictate that I have to do 200 kilometers today or I have to do a 100-kilometer ride today. So he gives me a weekly plan that okay, in this week I have to do a bare minimum of 750 kilometers or 950 kilometers. So it is my take how I divide my week in a way so that I can do those 750 or 950 kilometers in a week. Um, so I plan my Saturdays and Sundays towards big rides. So I do about 250 plus kilometers. So about 500 plus kilometers on Saturdays and Sundays. So balance of 300 or 400 kilometers I do on the weekdays. So it is like I have to divide my time. I have to manage my time. I have to dedicate some amount of time to my family also. So all these things amalgamate towards my training, and this is how I function. This is my daily routine. I'll not say it is a daily routine. It's like weekly routine. I have to plan my weekly routine, which includes
Okay.
strength training, my job role, and my training, cycling training.
Okay, okay, that's amazing, sir. So, what is the role of mentor or guide or coach? Like you have a coach, and so many people don't have coach in their life, and I was not even I was not having, and till the time I was not having, so life was in all directions. It was not in one direction, and then I had some personal development coach, and then life started changing in I'm in one direction right now. So what is the importance of coach, guide, mentor? What would you say?
So I would consider coach as a very important person in my complete training. I'm Earlier I was having coaches who were from India, and then I graduated to Tracy McKay, who is in US. So his experience definitely helped me in excelling in this sport. And but I think that the role of coach is that he keeps you focused. He reminds you of your goals continuously, and the coach is the person who has gone through this journey himself, so he can better understand like what the target is, how it can be made achievable, how much efforts needs to go to achieve, to get to a stature where you can achieve the target or whatever goal you have set for yourself. So he completely divides a plan, weekly plan, in which I have to just fulfill that plan. So my, अगर मैं सिंपल शब्दों में बोलूं, लाइक मेरी लड़ाई सिर्फ उस हफ्ते की है।
Okay.
उस हफ्ते से मुझे बस देखना है कि ये हफ्ते की ट्रेनिंग मुझे पूरी करनी है। I do have to just finish that week of training. Next week will be a new week. So that way I just keep moving ahead. I don't have to worry like it is like 7 months of training which I have to go through. No, I have to just finish that 1 month of 1 week of training. After that he will devise me another plan for the next week. So एक एक हफ्ते की लड़ाई चलती रहती है. And that's how I am able to achieve bigger goals.
Okay, that's really amazing and very insightful. Putting weekly goals and you are free. That's why, because of coach you are like free. Otherwise you have to do year planning or some more planning, and more things goes into that. Okay, that's
Yeah,
amazing, sir.
very right. You said that. So he is doing the planning part for me, so I'm free from that. I have to just execute it. So it is his headache or his efforts that he makes a plan for me, like in a company where the CEO just makes a plan. Okay, we have to achieve this targets, and he distributes the targets to the team who are just doing the groundwork.
Yes.
The ground forces get a target for themselves. They don't have to put their mind, they just have to achieve the target.
Yes, yes.
So I am the ground force.
Okay, sir. What is leadership, and how do you define, and how to be a great leader? Because you are in army, and I think most of the training goes into the leadership, developing great leaders. So what principles they follow, or what are different kind of leadership?
So definitely I've learned there must be some portion of leadership in me, which that's why army selected me and put me in a role where I can execute things. And army also taught me many things. So, and with my experience of these 16 years in army, I've learned many things which I got an opportunity to execute in my army life, as well as in my site, in the team which I have with me, that is the team Pannu. So army life, definitely I've been doing, and like I'm doing my job. But the most important thing, because there people are getting paid to listen to my orders, and they have to execute it by the laws they have themselves, because they have themselves joined these forces. But in my team, people are not serving under me.
Yes, yes.
I'm not paying them.
Yes,
So
yes.
the actual leadership skills which I have to follow to keep the team intact, take care that yes, everybody is heard, everybody has got a unique importance in the complete team. So all these factors I got to experiment with my team when I work in my for my cycling events. So there's a team who they take leaves of about 20. They take leave for about 10 to 15 days or 20 days to participate in my expeditions, and they also sacrifice so much. And the bottom line is that I'm not paying them, and they work as a team. We make a plan. We are very professional in our outlook. So it's like company functioning on the road, where things are decided, goals are set, goals for 6 hours, goal for 1 hour, goal for 12 hours. They are set, and the procedure and the ways are find out how we can meet that goal. It is just not that I am cycling. A plan, a nutritional plan goes behind that. How the weather is, how the road is, whether there are traffic jams or not. Because when I did Kashmir to Kanyakumari, there were two cyclones which are en route, and we had to face a lot of difficulties. But it is something like that. We will not give up. We'll just shift from plan A to plan B. So it is something like that. We have to plan all the contingencies. Depending upon the storm, we have to take rest. So my rest does not depend only on my requirement. If there are if there is a rain, so it is preferable to not ride in rain because the visibility goes down. There are so many obstacles which just get covered up due to rainwater. So it's not advisable to ride in rain. So my team decides, okay, Bharat will sleep now. So my job is to just sleep at that point, despite the fact that I am motivated to ride or not. I have to just sleep. So I utilize that time when it is raining to sleep, and when it stops raining, I just again start off. So my sleep is covered. The time when my performance or I am prone to some injury, that is reduced. So it's like complete teamwork where we have to achieve the goal with the minimum resistance or the maximum performance.
Okay, so it means what I understand from leadership is like one is positional leadership and one is influencing leadership. So in army you are as a positional leader, that you have position, you have the ranks and what they execute. But in this side you are a kind of influencing leader, like people are involved in your mission, people are involved in your targets, and they are doing everything for you. That's amazing, sir. That's really amazing. That and I would also like to kind of influence more people, and that is thing. Okay,
Yes,
okay, that's
so I would just add one thing here.
mhm.
Um, I never make them feel that they are doing it for me.
Okay, okay.
They are
Mhm.
doing it for the team. So when these things come that they are doing it for the team, it is a
Mhm.
team achievement. Everybody is achieving it. So the way perception towards that work or the efforts they are putting completely changes. It is like
Yes.
always they are doing it for the team. They are never doing it for Bharat. So it's like
Okay.
it then it becomes a team game.
Yes, yes, and that you have to install that vision, team vision, right, sir? That's how they are involved. And okay, so about pain, that you have gone through a hell lot of pain. So how it feels when you are in pain, and how to come out of that? What is required in that period?
Yes, pain is associated with all the sports, and sometimes the pain duration of pain with the athlete or sports person take is less, or sometimes it's more. Like in my case, it goes on for days. Like sometimes happened with me that when I was doing golden quadrilateral or doing Kashmir to Kanyakumari, so Kashmir to Kanyakumari was 8 days. So like some pain cropped up in my some body part on day 4, and I was just cycling, and I realized on day 6 that the pain has already gone. There's no pain now in that point. There's some other new pain has cropped up, but it's like my duty to just keep cycling because there's some bigger goal in front, and I just can't allow my body to overtake my mind. So there are doctors and physiotherapists in my team who take care of all these pains. They can just ensure that yes, something big or it will not aggravate. They will give me medicine and they will make me move in all the limitations which they have. But in the end, it is the mind which keeps me moving. And how my mind gets that strength to keep moving despite all that pain, I think the reason for that is the amount of training which I do. The Because training is the more difficult part, which people doesn't see. People see that okay, Bharat is riding for 8 days, but Bharat has been training for so many months, so many weeks, so many kilometers of have gone into that training. I have like had so many sleepless nights.
Mhm.
So all those factors, when I see, I'm doing that Kashmir to Kanyakumari or doing some other expedition, when I see that uh, there are so many odds which are on the way. But at that point of time, if I realize that I put in so much of effort to come to a stage where I can do this, there are so many people who are supporting me. So how can I give up? So that pain, that feeling of pain is just restricted to my body. I never allow that to come to my mind. Until the time my mind is motivated enough to go ahead in that single direction, everything is fine. I would quote one incident in my recently concluded Guinness record of Leh to Manali. So point is that like it has never been attempted before, and I had plans to do this in June 2020, but due to COVID situation, I was not able to do it in June, and it was postponed to October. And as you are aware that the temperatures in that Himalayan region in October goes down to -12 to -15 degrees Celsius, and it is really hell. It's like riding in hell conditions. Uh, it was -12 outside. Outside, I mean to say, because the people who were sitting inside the car who were supporting me, they were seeing the temperature is -12 right now, but Bharat is still riding. So even I was not able to believe that how can I ride at -12, but I was riding. So the pain or the efforts which I have put in so many months. So at that point of time, all those pains or like are more important for me, which I put in my training. All those sacrifices are more important. And that temporary pain of -12 riding in -12 degrees Celsius is just immaterial. I was riding. It was like riding in a deep freezer. So you can just consider it like how difficult it would have been. But yes, I had no option to stop, and I just keep moving. Yes, definitely, it has affected. It must have affected me. My speed must have slowed down. My reflexes from my like mind when I was riding in those conditions where like one side it is completely down gorge. Even a small mistake I do, I'll just go down. There's nobody to save me. People will definitely recover me, but at that point
Yes,
of
at
time, if
that
I
time,
reach
yes.
that highway at -12, I'll just go down. I'll fall down because there's nothing, there's no barricade there. So at that point of time, I think that I just keep moving. My definitely speed must have slowed, but I just can't stop moving.
Okay. Okay, that's really fantastic, sir, and so much inspiration I got, and so much inspiration people will definitely get from your story, your experience, and the awards that you are I would say the higher challenges, higher goals you are achieving. That's so inspiring. Thank you, sir, for this lovely discussion, giving your time and sharing your knowledge, wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Karam. It was really nice talking to you. Wish you all the luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.